today's plan. Right now I'm still at the campsite in the Mullumbimby area, sort of. But now I'm going to head down to Byron, which is down in that direction. And we've got 3 things that we want to do today. Most easterly point, find a nice beach, go snorkeling. Pretty exciting day. 2 completely new things and a third one that I can live with doing again. Let's get going.
A few moments later.
That entire drive here, I got a reverse police escort. I'm talking from the very second I drove out of the campsite, all the way down the motorway into Byron, right until I pulled into the parking spot. Then he drove down the road, turned around in the roundabout and drove back the way I came. The whole time I was just shivering in my timbers like, oh, I'm just gonna get pulled over, okay, whatever. But he didn't. I was driving so slowly the whole time, just waiting like, yeah, okay. And I didn't. And I'm here. And I've got free parking, and I'm only like a kilometre away from the beaches where I want to go, and I got to fill up my water bottle because I'm at an oval. So, big wins. The time now is about 8:30, and I want to be at the beach for 9:30 because that's when high tide is, which gives me time to head down there now and explore the furthest east point. I was going to walk down, it's about half an hour walk, but I'm actually thinking it's been far too long since I whipped out the bike. So I might set the bike up and cycle down. Hopefully there's somewhere I can look it up. Let's see. It's about 3 kilometers to the most easterly point in Australia. And that means part of a side quest finally complete. Our first progress, I think. I mean, the chest doesn't really count. After about 30 minutes of pretty much exclusively uphill cycling and one quick vomit break later, I made it to the lighthouse, which was probably a couple hundred meters away from the easterly point itself. I don't think I'll ever not underestimate how hard cycling is and overestimate how capable I am, but I made it. Alright, this time I've managed to ditch the bike and now I'm on the walk down. Looking beautiful already. There it is, the most easterly point in all of Australia's mainland. Although that was the official most easterly point, because the rocks stopped you from getting all the way to the edge, it felt like there was actually a further east point further down the coast, which I could see from the lookout. So what I did is cycled back down to the beach, locked up my bike, walked along the beach, and got to this easterly point. Well, I got there in a little bit. This is the view on the way there. Pretty nice. Now this, as far as I could tell, is the furthest easterly point that I could reach. You can see off to the right on that cliff is where I was and where the official most easterly point is, but here I am, potentially a little bit further east, I'm not too sure, I was just hedging my bets. Out in the water out here, I could see something, either a dolphin or a shark or I don't know, but I couldn't quite pick it up on camera. I just kept seeing its fin pop up every now and again. Plus, even bigger added bonus, on the walk back I saw a koala at the top of a tree. I'm fairly confident that I actually wouldn't have spotted it unless there was someone pointing it out to someone else on the way past, but you don't really need to mention that bit. I just spent the last hour hunting for turtles at Clark's Beach, with no luck unfortunately. Right now I'm back at the car, I've got the breakfast that I left behind by accident, and now... what am I doing? Oh yeah, now I'm going to go and try snorkeling at the wrecks, which should be fun. I'll eat this and then cycle down, it's probably about a kilometre away. And this time I'll take the camera with me, so hopefully you can actually see what's there. And this is Byron's famous wreck. I don't know why, for some reason I thought you'd be able to see more of it underwater, but turns out you actually can't. You can basically see the whole thing from the coast, which is something, I guess. But it's still cool to swim around anyway. I was planning to go back to Clark's Beach and get some footage of the fish and whatnot, but I timed out. The time for the car park has run out, and I don't really have time to go and find new parking because I need to get ready for tonight, which is the first night that I'm actually staying in a tent. I don't know how it's been this long. I think I just found the back bed here so comfy that I was like, screw it, I'll just stay here. But we're finally staying in a tent. I'm gonna go get some firewood and then head to the campsite, which is about an hour away. And also, don't worry, there will be plenty more snorkeling to come as we go further up and get to the Great Barrier Reef, which will be much more beautiful. Plenty of turtles, manta rays, fish, coral, everything. So, didn't miss out on too much today. Supplies are quiet.
Johnson Street is closed. Switching to a new route.
Campsite time. Let's go. Welcome to the campsite. When I arrived, someone had already set a fire, which made it feel quite cozy. But anyway, this is my spot, my fire pit, my table, and this is the road that I drove in on. Actually a pretty good road to drive in on, right over the little creek. There's another campsite a bit further down as well, with its own barbecue and plenty of space to camp, plus another fire pit and picnic tables. Then there's a bridge across to where the RVs are, and the drive-in spots. And then to the left is where my thing is. We got some burgers and some sausages to cook, but we also got some marshmallows and some, some biscuits to make some s'mores. So yeah, good dinner tonight. Cheers. Cheers again. Once more. I think that's perfect for a s'more. Let's have a look. Got the marshmallow. Got the digestives, chocolate. Let's chuck it in. Ooh. I doubt that you can see anything, but cheers. Alright, we've made it into the tent alive and well for the night. Settling down and seeing you off. The first night in the tent, and it was a success. It's all set up well. Ooh. Peace. I took 229 photos today, but it's probably not exactly what you think. 180 of them were blank. I have no idea how I did that. I can only assume that I left the camera on in my pocket and it took all of these photos, but who knows? And they weren't like exciting, unintentional photos either, like some of the other ones. They were literally just blank, so a lose-lose. But it honestly doesn't matter because today's photo was already essentially predetermined. And it's not that there wasn't any other good photos, it's just that something major happened today and it was always going to be one of the photos on the list. And that was the most easterly point. So yeah, that's today's photo. Number 13, World Border East. My lucky number. Also, we don't really have to mention that I'm pretty sure you could actually get further east because the rocks at this easterly point prevented you from getting all the way to the edge. So this is the photo I took from a slightly, probably further easterly point, but who knows. And this photo is going to go in the 10th spot.